Okay, let me check. So yeah, Golden Boy. Yeah, Golden Boy 100 nominees, Breton. How are you? I think we're live. I think everything's going well.
I hope so. I hope so. This is a first for me, right? This is fun, man. This is fun. I'm glad to be here. We're going to, I don't know, talk about the longest list in the world. Golden Boy nominees. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good, man. And yes, the longest list, 100 to pick off. And the Golden Boy nominees, just to say, we got some names that we should be expecting to see in this list. And I know we have a couple of shouts to do right at the start. Don't we, Breton?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's a little bizarre. You put 100 players throughout all of Europe on this list. And somehow, some way, someone should be losing their job at Kuto Sport who does this, because they didn't put on Florian Wirtz, a 2002 born player who obviously it's absolutely mad. I think he had 10 goals, 14 assists last year. He had 30 games played before obviously his season was sadly cut short. But compared to some of the other names that are on here, I feel like Florian Wirtz would still be like top 10 out of all of this, if not top 5. Yeah,
like in the Bundesliga, one of the best youngsters, and we all know at least my speculation is Bayern Munich was gonna go bold for him, and we're talking about numbers that are 60 to 70 million, I'd say, just to take him off Bayer Leverkusen. And now, just because we are on Wirtz, Florian Wirtz signed a contract extension until 2027, and so that number is a lot higher. But just so early gang here in the comments section, just gonna answer everyone here the early comments of just what position do you think Fabio Silva will finish? Striker. This man is a striker, and he is one of the nominees in the Golden Boys. So great start. Sorry.
Well, that's a good one. What else? Fabio Silva, obviously his best position is striker. But what would you say his best secondary position is?
I just can't. Honestly, he's the number 9. That I don't even the wing. I don't like him. I've always seen Fabio Silva play at striker. Always at Benfica, because he played. Yes, a quick fact: Fabio Silva did play at Benfica before going to Porto again with Umaru Embalo. There is tape with both playing together, and he was playing like 13, playing with kids of under 17. Something mad. Yeah. So really good. But the Golden Boy list has Fabio Silva, Henrique Araújo, and Rodrigo Ribeiro. Am I right? Rodrigo Ribeiro from Sporting. Like, come on, played against City, fast, 15 years old. So that was wonderful to see. Champions League, 15 years old. Sheesh, that was bold.
Well, it's impressive, the Portuguese contingent that's on here. Obviously, there's a lot of French players on here as well, which we'll probably go through. But the Florian Wirtz thing, if you can get over that, then you got to look down the list and you got to say, out of 100, you're telling me Tino Livramento does not deserve to be on there?
No.
Out of some of the right backs that are listed, he's not in there.
What?
He's not in there.
What?
Yeah, he's not in there.
What?
Yeah, you got Brandon Sappi. You've got
whoever.
Yeah,
he played
exactly.
Better than him.
So if we're
played better, completely.
Yeah, it makes no sense. You've got a couple, like an Arda Güler. If you're gonna put on like a Simone Pafundi, who plays for Udinese, and I don't know who was bribing Tutto Sport officials. I get it's an Italian club, but Udinese had like 4 players on here, and you're telling me Arda Güler is not deserved at the cam position at the very least?
Remember the name, people. Remember
for sure.
Ozil was on the bench because of this kid, right? At 16.
I know, yeah.
Replacing Mesut Ozil. Man, amazing. Fenerbahce, Wonderkid, Turkish, the future of Turkey, which Turkey do need something right now because we did something cold. Nah, but all seriousness, like they played well, but Arda Güler, another great show. Do you have another one, Beards? You're liking the cams over here. You're liking the cams?
Yeah, because you actually look at all the cams that are listed here, and it's kind of, aside from the one or two favorites that you and I are going to draft, probably, it's pretty slim in terms of slim pickings. So yeah, if you're going to add another cam to that, I feel like Moritz Kjærgaard, who plays for Red Bull Salzburg, deserves a shout. I think Gianluca Busio, compared to some of the other names on there, he played for definitely one of the worst teams in Serie A.
I'm joking.
Yeah, but I mean, should he be in there ahead of a Mohamed Daramy? Should he be in there ahead of a Pafundi? I mean,
I don't subscribe to that one. The future
but come on,
I like him.
Busio ahead of Sandra Cisse, right? I mean, these are names that will be there in the future. But ultimately, I'm a little bummed. I'm a little bummed that Gianluca Busio, who's one of the better players for Venezia, is not in here. And this is probably the last year he's eligible. But hey, what can you do? So, other names not on here. Other names not on here. I just got to throw them out there.
Yes.
Danish striker Rasmus Holland, who played for Sturm Graz in Austria. He was phenomenal. Double-digit goals, absolutely great. Big target striker, 19 years old. Roko Simic
come on.
Yeah, man. Not in there yet. He'll be in there next year. Cole Palmer's not in here.
What?
You want to talk about Cole Palmer's not in here. You know, like you want to talk about a guy that Pep has already said is going to be part of the first team next year. He's not in here.
I feel here says even in the comments, why don't you talk about become the next Foden? We're talking about him. So yeah, just saying with what you said, he's being said as the next Foden right here. So why Tutto Sport?
I think there's a little bit of an Italian bias here, an Italian club bias, but that's okay. A couple other shouts that just made big moves. Williat Svedberg, who we know just signed in La Liga. He's moving to Celta de Vigo. He's been phenomenal. I think that has everything to do with the Swedish Allsvenskan and when it plays compared to when everybody else plays. But he is one hell of a talent. And if you don't know who he is, look him up. And then the other one, he just became a Liverpool player. Calvin Ramsey. Calvin Ramsey's not on the right back list. So once again, you got Brandon Sappi at Udinese, and I'm sorry to pick on him because he's actually a former Stabrone talent, a pretty decent right back that kind of played okay for Udinese this season. Calvin Ramsey, though, was one of the best players in the SPFL and just made a big high-profile move to Liverpool to be the understudy to, Trent Alexander-Arnold. So I think the right backs are messy, and I think the cams are messy. But everywhere else, you'd think out of 100, you got kind of a wide thing. So if people don't know what Tutto Sports Golden Boy is, and it seems like in the chat section they do, they know what it is. It's just a big list that gets cut down month after month after month after month until we're left with the top 20. We're not going to do that today. We're not going to do any of that stuff. We're not going to talk. We all know who the favorites are. We all know Jude Bellingham. We all know, all the names on this list. The Pedris, the Gavis. I know. Well, what we want to do, you and I are going to do is we're going to go head to head, right? We're going to draft our best squad. What tactic do you want to use?
I'll be playing 4-3-3 in my draft team. My draft
4-3-3. Okay.
And you're with what? You're with what?
I'll go 4-3-3 as well.
Okay.
And there are very few goalkeepers in this list. So, okay. So we're going to add a couple names to the list. And, once the one goalkeeper that's on this list gets picked, so one of us will throw another name out there just to round it out. Ultimately, we're going to be left with two best 11s. And, what is that? That's 78 players that are left behind. And discarded as if they were nothing. So no, I mean, this is just meant to have fun. So please ask questions in there, throw out your opinions, throw out your bold statements in the chat section. We'll be watching it and we'll highlight our best one. If you want to throw a contribution our way, it'll get to us a whole lot faster and we'll make sure we highlight your your talk here, but I'm excited. This is my first YouTube live. I'm excited to be here. And if people don't know me, I'm Breton, and I just had a kid, so I am completely like I didn't actually have the kid. That's weird. But
don't forget to
I'm
like
sleepless.
this video, people. Okay, if you're
Yeah.
enjoying the live, the Golden Boy live, it's very important for you to like the live so we can go bolder and do more lives just like this. But yes, Golden Boy draft. Can we draft the keepers at the end?
We can.
Yes, please,
Yeah.
because I want to go bold right at the start here. And yeah, can
Okay.
we do number 1?
Yeah, you want to. Yeah, you want.
You start.
How about this? Here's what we're gonna do to make it fair. This is how you do it in fantasy football drafts with the NFL. If I get the first pick, you get the next 2. Okay.
Okay. I'll
All right.
work with that.
All right.
Okay.
So you can draft either your striker and your right wing, or you can draft your striker and your left wing, or you can draft your striker and whatever other position
I know
you
what
want.
I'll do. I
Okay.
gotta plan people. I gotta plan people here in the chat. Try to predict what I want to do, chat.
Okay, and here's the fun thing. I don't have a plan, so I'm just going to be reacting to you here. So I'm excited.
I gotta plan people, and yeah, put the Golden Boy players. We gotta draft, man. We gotta draft. It's like current ability right now, people. Head to head, Golden Boy nominees. Okay, so
all right, man.
You've been
warned. So the first, for those that don't know, Golden Boy is 2002 and younger. 2001 is the cutoff. There is no 2001s in this. So there's a bunch of great names like Lyle Labata and a whole bunch more 2001s that are not involved in this. So 2002 and younger. All right. Well, with the first pick of the 2022 Golden Boy draft, Alex Bryce of FC Wonderkid takes.
No, it's you.
Oh, it's me? It's okay. All right. So, okay. Well, I just wasted that wonderful intro. Oh no, now I'm on the clock. Oh, geez. Okay. My first one shouldn't be that hard. It is going to be hard. No, it's not going to be hard at all. I select with my first pick. I select Pedri.
I getcha. Okay, Pedri. Write it down. I cannot pick you, my friend. Oh, no, you can't. God. I was expecting that one.
Ooh, I had to wrestle with it. You know me. I like a certain player on this board a whole lot better than Pedri, but I know what Pedri brings to the table. So I didn't take it.
With the second pick of the Golden Boy draft, me, Alex, I select Jude Bellingham.
There you go.
I gotta go people. I gotta go Jude Bellingham. Gotta put him in my midfield, Jude Bellingham. Why? Come on, one of the most complete midfielders in today's day and age. And he's 18. And he's 18.
Freaking-lutely. Well, I completely agree with that pick, and that's who I was wrestling with. And oh, by the way, it's his 19th birthday today, so give him a nice little...
So you're my second pick in the draft, and it's your 19th birthday. Oh my gosh, I should have seen that.
Okay.
Okay, I'm liking this. So now I get the third, right?
Now you get the third. Okay. Whenever you're ready.
Hi, I'm between two players. But I know what I'll do. So, with the third pick of the Golden Boy 2022 FC Wonderkid draft, Alex, I select Camavinga from Real Madrid.
How can you do that when you're Mr. Nuno Mendes?
He's still available. He might not be for long. Nah, but I gotta go. If I get a chance to put a midfield with Jude and Camavinga, I gotta go both. And I see you wanted Camavinga.
Yes, I did. I really did, actually, and I'm kind of pissed you took it. Okay, well, my midfield is going to be interesting. I think I got to go with chemistry here. We're playing FIFA, right? Okay. We're playing FIFA. I got to go with chemistry. So I think with the fourth pick of the Golden Boy draft, Breton is going to take Gavi. Gavi is
Oh no!
Gavi is off the table, man. And I'm not sorry. I don't know. This is still tough because you have oh my goodness, you have a great midfielder still on the table.
Yep. And so, with the 5th pick, I already know what I'll pick. With the 5th pick of the FC Wonderkid Golden Boy draft, I select Musiala. Jamal Musiala here. Okay, so my midfield has already been sorted with Camavinga, Jude, and Jamal Musiala. So those are my 3 first picks here in the FC Wonderkid Golden Boy draft.
Yeah, you've already got the lead. You've already got the lead in this one, I think. Hey, I'm looking at the comment section, and maybe Lukian or you can help out. They're saying even the audio levels, if possible. I don't know. I don't know if I'm the loud one or you're the loud one. One of us is too loud. You sound great to me, Alex. You always sound loud to me, but you sound great.
Okay. Increase. Yeah. So is it? Oh,
there you go.
So okay, we've done 5 picks already. Just recap.
5 picks.
Recap fast. Pedri, first pick. Jude, second pick. Camavinga, the third. Gavi, 4th pick. 5th pick, Jamal Musiala here in the Golden Boy FC Wonderkid draft. Whew.
Yeah. And the funny thing is I just realized I picked last year's Golden Boy winner, right? Pedri won last year, and he's in it again. So I've got Pedri and Gavi in the midfield. Do I feel like is there enough depth in this midfield that I can skip my 3rd pick in favor of something else? And you know what?
So
you know what?
I think. What are you thinking?
With the what are we on? 6? We're on 6. Okay. With the 6th pick of the Golden Boy draft, Breton is going to take Josko Gvardiol.
No, man. I was going to Gvardiol. I really was, man.
These center backs, he can play on the wing, or he can play on as a fullback if he needs to. I love his versatility. He's just growing into himself at Leipzig. You think he's going to last the summer?
No,
in terms of
it'd be hard.
Will he be a Leipzig player?
It'd be hard. So Gvardiol, I love how you're mentioning this because Gvardiol, if Leipzig, that I do believe they really feel this is the season to dethrone Bayern Munich, because by keeping Nkunku with that, we all know Nkunku next season is gone with that release clause he has of 65 million. So I feel like they did the all-in with Nkunku next season. It's talked. So I believe Gvardiol, Chelsea needs a center back. That would be the ideal club for me, for Gvardiol. But I do think they can retain him another season. But I feel like that's a player in the market that 6th picked in the draft, that is totally worthy of that because he deserves it ahead of a lot of these youngsters. But, okay. So you go Gvardiol. Okay.
I do.
Okay. So me, number 7, in here in the Golden Boy 2022 FC Wonderkid draft, I select Nunes. Number 7, Nunes, okay? The best left back in the list, definitely, okay, of the Golden Boy. Nunes. I got to pick him, okay? He goes bold often, and I got to go bold with him. The future.
Oh. I feel like that's too soon, man. I feel like that's too soon, but all right. Hey.
Capitalize.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. But I think you're gonna be angry when I take this next one. Here we go. Here we go. I've got my spine for the most part sorted out. Although I do need a DM. I think I'm gonna skip that DM pick, and I'm gonna go with a striker at 8. It's 8, right? Yeah. At pick 8, in this Golden Boy draft, Breton is going to take. And he's versatile all across the front line. He was 4th in the top 5 U21 players for goal contributions on the year. Yes, I have this written down, not memorized. He's up there with company like Vinny. He's got Haaland up there. You've got De Ketelaere up there. I'm going to pick Karima Adeyemi, Borussia Dortmund player.
Pick number 8. Karima Adeyemi. Well, that's the best striker, I think, in the Golden Boy nominees.
I think so.
I'd say that is my opinion. From what I see here in my prep, you see the prep now. You see, I see you, Brenton. I see you took the striker. You took the
I did.
striker, but number 9, and I feel like this player is number 9 because of injuries, okay?
Okay.
I gotta say this player. It's a player that's number 1 if he's playing. And it's Ansu Fati, my guy. I'm gonna pick Ansu Fati, and it's criminal by Manny for it to be 9. I understand, but it's a wonderful list of players that we have here. And I'm gonna pick Fati for my team. So look, I'm liking the shape of my team, I'll be honest with you. But Adeyemi, that one I felt. That is true.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, well, on the left, are you going to line up on the left side, or are you going striker? Okay, so that is a hell of a left side. Ansu Fati and Nunes. So
and Camavinga supporting or Jude, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and Musiala.
Yeah.
So
Well,
unbalanced, no. So do you want to just recap so the new people that are watching, and if you're enjoying this Golden Boy draft, do not forget to like the live, people, okay, or this video.
Yes.
And go bold and subscribe to our YouTube channel. But, just so recap. So, number 1 was Pedri. 2, Jude Bellingham. 3, Camavinga. 4, Gavi. 5th pick was Jamal Musiala. 6th pick, Gvardiol. Very smart of you, Breton. 7th, Nunes. Gotta go bold with Nunes. 8, Karim Adeyemi, striker, now at Dortmund. And number 9, I gotta pick Fati. I had to pick Fati. But, with the 9 picks, I think number 10, right? Can go for number 10?
Yep, here we go. I'm going to stick with my spine. I'm going to get myself a second center back. Defense wins championships, man. So, here I go. With apparently, I'm going for the All Bundesliga team.
That's my
after
guy
this.
Too. That was my
you're not going to have many center backs to pick from, so I'm going to go with Piero Hinkepie from Bayer Leverkusen.
You got the best center backs. Hey, you got the best center backs.
I absolutely love this player. I love this player. I can't wait to see him at the World Cup. He can also play on the flanks. And, you know, he has it's not often that you see a South American talent you know, get thrown right into the fire and be able to step up and become just a massive part of a team as good as Bayer Leverkusen, and a team that obviously favors youngsters over everybody else. And if anybody listens to our FC Wonderkid podcast or sees the, you know, stuff on TikTok, it is literally like Bayer Leverkusen is near and dear to my heart in terms of their quest to actually try and dethrone Bayern or go after Dortmund in some respects. And their signings just make me happy. The same way Brighton makes me happy in the English Premier League. But Piero Hinkepie is mine. So I've got a pairing of Gvardiol and Hinkepie in the back line, and I am liking that.
Could you tell me your team right now, just so
Sure.
Team lined up?
Yep. So right now I've only got 2 center backs. I've got Gvardiol and Hinkepie. And then I've got 2 midfielders, and that's Gavi and Pedri, going for that chemistry there, Barca chemistry, La Music chemistry. And then I've only got my my striker up top. I know Adeyemi can play on either flank, but I've got Karim Adeyemi as striker, and I'm feeling pretty good here. I mean, you're lopsided, dude. Your whole left side is lopsided.
my left side is OP, I gotta say, yeah. But your center backs, man. Like, in my prepping, Gvardiol and Hinkepie are the center backs that I wanted. But I have to forget, and I need to focus on what I can get. What I can get. And so, I'm going to go here with my... I gotta pick. Okay, I'm going to go here with my 11th pick in the FC Wonderkid draft of the Golden Boy with Jeremy Doku, okay? Jeremy Doku is going to be my 11th pick here in the FC Wonderkid draft. Yeah, Doku.
Okay.
Doku.
Okay. All right.
Doku.
I'm not going to say I'm flabbergasted. We love Jeremy Doku. We know he's had a tough season. He's had a really tough season. He's coming back from injury. I think next season will be the season for him. And I'm excited to see it. But yeah, do you remember how excited we were when They
That's
signed Stade Rennais signed not just Jeremy Doku. They spent a lot of money on him,
And
but they also brought in Kamaldeen on the other side, who is also listed here. That Stade Rennais flanks, those flanks are just brutal if they can keep in a good way, if they can keep them healthy. So I applaud that pick. That pick is bold. I wouldn't have done it. It is bold. It is bold.
I
All right.
seeing the wingers for me, Doku better.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, but
okay.
Let's wait and see. The debates are coming.
The debates are coming, dude. And you know what? You're playing him, lining him up on the right.
Right. Yeah.
So I will pick a right side winger as well and follow you. And I will. It'll be kind of in a similar vein. I believe he also has versatility, and I really like what he brings to the table. But he also had a challenging year last year with injury. My right wing is going to be Harvey Elliott.
What?
Harvey Elliott. Yes, sir.
Okay. I feel like, okay, good pick.
He can move into the midfield. I mean, I like what he brings. I mean, come on. This is a guy that Jurgen Klopp was going to have him featured in that 11 more frequently if he did not get injured.
True.
He was waxing poetic about how excited he was about Harvey Elliott's development. And I honestly believe that, could I have picked a certain, Fulham edition? Maybe, but I do like Harvey Elliott because he can play all up and down. And that central, he can play on the right side. Harvey Elliott is my pick at
Liverpool
right wing.
Have another nominee, right? Fabio Carvalho, which gotta be
sir.
mentioned too. So what a wonderful season at Fulham. And it's totally reasonable for Liverpool to go get him because what a bowler he is. But just reacting here fast to the YouTube comments here. Namaste, hi. Where is Julian Alvarez? I think he can't be, right, Bretson, in the Golden Boy nominees.
Julian Alvarez is too old.
Then we have Iso here, bro. Florian Wirtz OP. He is, but as we said at the start, Golden Boy, Tutu Sport didn't nominate him for the Golden Boys, so hopefully in the 80 we do this draft again, maybe. And maybe with someone else. Let's wait and see. But Florian Wirtz.
Well, I might as well throw out some other names there because you've got somebody listed here, Urian Timber. He was born 2001. He's too old.
Yes.
Who is the other one that I saw here that Nico Schlotterbeck is too old to be here. So all great players. They would definitely be. Rafa Leao, also not on here because he is somehow too old. I don't know where that time went. And guys like Manchester City, guys like Luke Mbet, who congratulations to him for getting his contract extension for Manchester City, a center back to watch. He's not nominated. And then I think there was another City there, Romeo Lavia, phenomenal defensive midfield prospect for Manchester City. But I did hear, and if you check our Instagram, you check our Twitter, FB Wonderkids, he likely is making a move to Southampton as early as today or later on this week. So another one leaving Manchester City's academy. But I think City is going to keep that buyback if they were smart. So anyway, just wanted to get all those dealt with. But I don't know. So you like your team so far?
Great potential. Yeah. And just so recap of the 11 players already picked here in the Golden Boy draft. The Golden Boy FC Wonderkid draft. Number 1, we got Pedri. Number 2, Jude Bellingham. 3, Camavinga. 4, Gavi. 5th, Jamal Musiala. 6, Gvardiol. 7, Nuno Mendes. 8, Adeyemi. 9, Fati. 10, Hickey. And 11th, Doku. So here are the 11 picks here in the FC Wonderkid draft until now. So number 12, Breton, the ball is on your court now. And yes, let me wait and see what you're going to do here.
Wait, is it mine or is it yours?
I picked Doku. 11th.
Right, but I picked Harvey Elliott.
It's mine. It's mine. You're right, Brent.
I don't know.
Okay.
You better get a striker. I might just take one from my bench.
You're already warning me. Jeez Louise. But
I might take one from my bench.
No. I'm not gonna take the striker. I'm gonna take here. Okay, with my 12th pick. Oh, but this can be bold if I pick him 12th.
Yeah.
This gotta. Okay. With my 12th pick in the FC Wonderkid Golden Boy draft, I select Adam Holzack, okay? That went to Bayer Leverkusen to complete my front trio that I can make it a bit more versatile, but yeah, a Guardiola type front trio or club.
Yeah.
Adam Holzack.
Yeah. That's a good selection. He can play as a shadow striker. He could play up top, obviously. Another guy that I am like extremely excited to see how he transitions to the Bundesliga, and how he works potentially with Patrick Schick, if at all. And if they hold on to Moussa Diaby, I do expect Holzack to score at least, conservatively, at least 10 Bundesliga goals this season.
Sheesh.
So
Holzack.
yeah. I mean, come on, like Diaby on the wing. I don't know if they're going to hold on to him. He's just been getting more and more incisive with his ability to cross, with his ability to create chances for others.
Yes.
And he's become so dangerous on his own that just drawing attention to him opens up. That's exactly why Patrick Schick was second in the Golden Boot race in the Bundesliga behind, a certain Lewandowski. So I really do think that Holzack is going to do phenomenally for the work self this year. All right. Okay. So I'm on to pick 13 of this draft. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. I've got a striker and I've got literally no flank play. I've got nobody on the flank. Do I go for a fullback first? Or do I go for a winger? This is difficult, man. I really don't like the winger picks.
The wingers, well, you've got a couple. You got a couple to pick.
Yeah, I do have Harvey Elliott, right? But
Nico Williams.
Yeah.
Elanga.
Yeah.
Amad Diallo is available still. Kamaldin Suleiman.
No. I got it here. I'm a little worried that, with Harvey Elliott and this particular pick, I am a little worried about my squad health heading into this new season. But, I'm American. I feel like it has to be done. Obviously, if you ask me if Florian Wirtz deserved to be here over this particular person, I would say yes. But in this case, his comeback starts now as part of Breton's FC Wonderkid squad. I'm going to say Giovanni Reina is my pick I'm going to pick him at cam, although I know he can float to the wings, and he was particularly devastating on the right wing for us in World Cup qualifying and in Nations League. So I picked Giovanni Reina, and I I honestly believe that this kid, and I am biased, but if this kid is healthy and he stays healthy, he is one of the only people on this board, right? Or maybe top 5 on this board of like game-changing ability, like the ability to do something just out of the blue to change the game. And I really hope that he stays healthy this season, that he stays healthy for this World Cup, because he has a massive, massive role to play. But yeah, Gio Reyna is my pick. And now my midfield, albeit it's a little lopsided, I don't have a DM. I've got Gavi, Pedri, and Gio Reyna at cam. That's why I've got 2 of the best center backs in this draft.
You didn't pick Gravenberch, man.
No, I didn't. I might later. I mean, we're gonna pick benches, right? I don't know. I can put him on the bench.
Well, okay. So you went bold in my opinion. So with the 14th, I'm gonna go here with the 14th pick, but just going fast here. Oh yeah. So here with the 14th pick here in the Golden Boy FC Wonderkid draft, I pick here with the help of my friends Kawa Zabarny. Okay?
Wow.
Center backs. I gotta go here, and I do believe I liked him in Ukraine. He played well when he's got in the national team. And in my opinion, we gotta watch out for this center back because he definitely deserves a move, and the potential is there. Is there. So Zabarny. I like him.
I love the pick, and it's just sad that we haven't even gotten to see him play over the last 6 months or so, and 5 months or so, because well, we don't need to talk about that. But ultimately, I mean, this kid is so phenomenally talented.
Yeah.
He's got the size. He's just growing into his body with all this. I'm a little surprised you didn't pick Kouassi Nyanzu, but you obviously have the center backs to yourself if you'd like to pick them later on.
Exactly.
But Ilya Zabarny is a great selection.
So, yeah.
All right. So do I take a right back or a left back? I think I got to go with my first fullback here. I love like a lot of these players. I do
think they're very level, though. The right backs in the Golden Boy.
Yeah.
I do think so. Who you're gonna go with the 14th, 15th?
How about this? You guess who I'm gonna pick?
Well,
I just gave you a fullback. You know it's gonna be a fullback.
Well, left or right?
I can't tell you that.
Well, how do I guess it?
Okay. All right. Here we go. I think you're going to be relatively surprised by this. You know that I kind of have an Ajax bias, but at the same time, I don't think I'm. I might be talking myself into this. I am going to
pick right now, people. Do not forget to like the live if you're enjoying the FC Wonderkid Golden Boy draft. These picks ain't easy, people. And yeah, if you like the live, it's a huge help for us to do more lives just like this. But yes, you're hyping me up, man. 15.
Yeah, dude. I'm also confusing the crap out of myself. I really want to select this player, but I'm not going. Okay. Right back, I'm picking Jan Kuto. He had a phenomenal season on loan at Braga. I actually do believe that he has a chance to play a part in a Manchester City squad this coming year.
What?
In the future. Maybe this coming year. It depends on how the preseason goes. He's the Brazilian player. Mm-hmm. Yep. And he was great. He was great for Braga.
Well
I know you like Braga.
I like him.
He played well for Braga.
I like him.
So I a little too attack-minded. Now that I'm thinking about this, I might. It's all going to come down to my center backs and whether or not I've got the upper hand with them.
Okay, I see here, and I'm gonna use again a comments here on the YouTube section, and I thought you were gonna go for him when you were saying that with the right back spot, and you mentioned Ajax. So with the right back spot, I am gonna go Divine Wrench, right back of Ajax. Okay, and he is my 6th in the draft. Okay, so I've got my fullback sorted with Noon Minch at the left and Divine Wrench at the right, man. So
okay.
I don't know if you were hinting me to pick him, Bratson.
Yeah, maybe it was. Maybe I was trying to undermine you. No, I just the more I've watched of Jan Kuto, I believe he's got one hell of a future ahead of him. Whether or not it's at Manchester City, that's a good question, but we'll see.
Just so Malo Gusto is a good shout, just so we do it. Malo Gusto, great player. Yeah. I know you're a big fan.
Big fan. Big fan. Ed, I mean, to break out for Lyon is in and of itself. Lyon is in and of itself a great achievement, but Lyon last year had several young breakouts from their academy that I hope they continue to use. I'm not going to pick them. You're probably not going to pick them either, but if we're going to shout out Malo Gusto, we got to shout out Castello Luqueba, who's a phenomenal center back for them. Really filled in nicely and made it his own. They also have Sinali Diomande, who's very good. So that defense for years to come is really going to grow into things. So we'll see whether or not they.
Good player.
Yeah, Malo Gusto is a great player. I think he had at least 2,000 plus minutes, like 6 or 7 assists. Great. But yeah, and then you got the guy with magic feet, but he broke his metatarsal, Ryan Cherky.
Yes.
So.
And Magic
we'll see what happens.
Florent Silva, I like him too. So
yeah, true.
He can do some magic next season more in the first team.
Yeah.
So
I just miss the days of and I hope it's changing, but I miss the days of Lyon just churning it out. They're called Les Gones for the reason, right? For a reason. True. These are the boys. These are the kids, and it's just you want to see them keep going. So anyway.
So do a recap of the 16 picks until now.
Sure. Well, how about this? I'll finish my pick. No, wait, I went first. You're right. Yeah, do the recap for sure.
So the quick recap here in the FC Wonderkid draft here, people. don't forget to like the video, like the live, people, to see more drafts like this. And the draft of FC Wonderkid Golden Boy right now has number 1, Pedri. Number 2, Jude Bellingham. 3, Camavinga. 4, Gavi. 5th, Jamal Musiala. 6th, Joshko Gvardiol. 7th, Nuno Mendes. 8, Adeyemi. 9, Ansu Fati. 10, Incapi. 11th, Doku. 12th, Holzack. 12th, Giorena. 13th, Holzack, sorry. Yeah. And then it's Sabarni at 14th, 15th, Jan Kotu. And then 16th, Divine Wrench. So, yeah, I did it wrong here. Just gonna...
Yeah. And it is unreal just looking at these lists, or this list, at how many attackers are on here. It's got to be, what, like 70% attackers? Like 70 attacking names. So there are so many names that we'll probably talk about a little later on that obviously we're never going to be in selection because the cream of the crop. So somebody asked in the chat section, who are the favorites, right? Like, we all know who the likely favorites are based on the volume of how they played, what they did last year for their clubs. And you got to throw guys like Pedri, Gavi, Musiala, Bellingham, and Camavinga, that midfield crew of 5 players or so. They've got to be the favorites, right?
Jude. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, with Jude probably leading the way, considering Pedri won it last year.
So it's like...
But then again, Phil Foden won Young Player of the Year twice in a row. So
twice in a row. So yeah, you never know. Don't forget to like the live community. And now the 17th, right, Brett?
Yeah, I need to add a left back, and there aren't many. And it's I want to. Yeah, so I want to crowdsource this here. Who would you pick? I've got 2 picks here in my mind. I am going to go Syria for left back. Nuno Mendes is already taken. So it's either for me going to be Aaron Hickey, okay, or it's going to be Destiny Udogi, who just made his debut, I believe, for the Italian national team.
No Balde? No Balde?
No. No, he can play left. He's more of a right back, but he certainly can play left. He filled in at Gladbach on the left side. But come on, I need to see people in the chat section. Who do you think I should pick? Is it Hickey? Malaysia is too big, or too old, unfortunately.
Malaysia, good shout for the United.
He's not.
But no, he's not in the Golden Boy. The league isn't in. Sorry. James McAtee, he's not in the team, right? But CM midfielder at Man City, one of the Guardiola pupils that I see, just like Cole Palmer, can get a shout. And I think, Bretson, I'll be honest with you, I don't know if a lot of people know the 2 players.
That's fine, and I'm coming to that realization too, Alex. So here we go.
I watch Blue, so I think I know where you're gonna go.
Yeah, I think I am going to go here. I think he's better on defense as well. His offense has been improving. I think he is a future. I mean, Kieran Tierney better watch out and better stay healthy, because the guy right behind him is Mr. Aaron Hickey. I will pick Aaron Hickey for my left back, and I think that's a good selection. Nothing against Luka Netz, like him as well, also a Gladbach player, like Alex Balde and his potential, but just haven't seen enough of him to really want to. Hickey has become a very important part of Bologna's team, and I'd be surprised if he didn't make a bigger move. My pick.
I agree here. I would have gone Zaleski too. Zaleski in Roma.
Yeah,
what a season! Right. What a season with Mourinho. So I like that. DX, you went bold here in the YouTube comment section, and bold here, Charlie saying, and Kalulu, is Kalulu? No, Kalulu's not on the list.
Too old.
No, he's
too old.
Straight away, I'd put that one down, Kalulu. And don't forget to like the live, people. But yes, 17th. Okay, so 18th pick now. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna sort. Yeah, it's my last pick. I gotta sort the center back. So here, with the 18th pick. In the FC Wonderkid Golden Boy draft, I select Tanguy Nianzou of Bayern Munich, which hopefully we manage to see his potential, which is extremely high, with Nagelsmann next season, okay? I want to see bits next to Upamecano and what can happen right there, So, let's wait and see.
That's a good selection, I think. I mean, out of the other center backs, who else would you be looking at? And it's Lukeba, who's good. Giorgio Scalvini is a very good player. I think he's like, I don't know, one of the better young center backs in the league. That's Italian, right, in Serie A. I'm not entirely sure. I like him as a player. He's got potential. He definitely has a potential for the Romanian national team in Radu Dragosan, who I think used to be at Juventus. He might be on loan somewhere else. And Besir Omaragic plays in Switzerland, I think, for St. Gallen. I could be wrong. These are guys, you want to see them at that next level before you'd even think about picking them. So Nianzou's the best way to go. Maxime Esteve was great for, I believe it was Montpellier. So he's one that could have gotten a pick. But anyway.
So do you want to do this until number 22? So we have like 4 players on the bench? Okay.
Let's do it. Okay. All right. So here we go. My next pick. Let's see.
Well, quick maths. No, 2 players on the bench.
Yeah. I need a left. I don't have a left winger.
Okay.
I don't have a left winger. So here we go. You ready for this? I am going to take, you've already mentioned him, because he can play wing back, because he's shown that he has versatility. I am actually going to take Nikola Zalewski. I'm going to take Nikola Zalewski. So that will shore up my left side pretty nicely. It might actually be minorly redundant. Is he 19th? He might be. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Zalewski.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Zalewski. I actually don't really like that pick.
I'll be honest with you. I have players, and for me, I'm going to pick next because I've got my team, and for me, I only picked this player at 18th, people. No, at 20th because I've got my midfield sorted, and I'm going to pick here at the number 20th position, Gravenberch, okay? Because I need a midfielder, and this is the best guy available, in my opinion. And yes, people, I know I got that one bad. 1-year contract. Yes, and that's why he left for 20 million. That is fucked, but United tax is real. Is real. But yes, definitely. I have to admit, I was wrong there. 1-year contract. I should have said better with that. So, yeah.
Yeah. Well, hey, we've all made mistakes on those TikTok things before. That's the issue with TikTok and you and I doing a live podcast is you're bound to make mistakes. 7 a day,
man. We like to go bold here, okay, people? So that we love to do it. So people, thank you for supporting our content, man. And we keep on going bold with these ones. I enjoy these ones. So grab it.
Yeah, dude. Well, we got to shout out some of the other names here because I think we're down to our goalkeepers, right?
Oh, you wanna? Okay. So
I mean, we might as well say them, but some of the other midfielders in there, like they're just stacked. It's just stacked. Like Lucas Susic, Yunus Musa, right? And we can talk about them if we want to pick a bench.
Isaac Bergam Johansson. I like that player. Very good player at Copenhagen.
Copenhagen has the Icelandic future. They have another Håkan Haraldsson who's very good. So.
Another player that we saw him in the Euros for Poland, like Kasper Kozlowski. He's on this list too. And Susic that you mentioned fast, this is a player that will play for Croatia most probably in the near future. And Croatia has Modric, Brozovic. And I'm saying this player will play for Croatia in the near future. Lucas Susic. So there you go.
Another one in there. Another one in there that could get a move from Valencia at some point. Yunus Musa has grown into an incredibly important, versatile player for the U.S. men's national team. He obviously was part of the starting lineup at Valencia, but he's got an engine, fearlessness. Used to be part of Arsenal's academy, and then made that move. He made the move to go abroad. And he's done nothing but good things. I think he's going to be one that really bursts onto the scene this coming year.
And
so
Moriba too. Like I know that was all weird that he left Barca, Leipzig, all now Valencia. So Moriba too in midfield. So and there's another player I just want to shout to going to Tottenham. People do not sleep on him because with Conte he can do bits Papsar next season. Okay. Bissouma and Papsar, that midfield. Okay, that can be bold. And another player too, Nico Gonzalez. Nico
Yeah.
Gonzalez. We often focus on Pedri and Gavi, which, in terms of potential, they are ahead. But Nico Gonzalez is another player in midfield that La Masia produced that is very, very nice. So
Five Barca players, I believe,
five.
in this.
So
Yeah,
Balde, Pedri,
and
Gavi,
Fati
Fati, and
and Nico.
so
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Nico. Okay,
and
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 with the
and you got to watch out for next year. You're going to have Akumak. You're going to have a bunch of other names that are going to find their way into this. But I
well,
mean, the midfield is absolutely stacked, and there's one guy. There's a great shout out, an absolutely great shout out forwards and midfield to Benfica, right? As
yes,
there should be. And come
yes.
on, man, you got to be the one saying this.
I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it. So the
Okay,
three
then I'll
players
back up.
we
Yeah,
gotta shout out here from the four players actually from the Benfica crowd, which they deserve it if they win the UEFA Youth League. So the best out of the four, Diego Moreira. What a player on the wing, okay? That player is the number 7 at the back of the shirt for a reason. The star, and at the wing, he can do anything, okay? So Diego Moreira, I wouldn't be surprised if Roger Schmidt played him next season, okay? And Benfica got Neres. And Diego Moreira, for me, will be competing for that winger spot with a player like Neres. And that's bold to say, in my opinion. So, Diego Moreira, Henrique Araújo at striker. I think you were hinting Sherendur. Am I right? Sherendur.
Yeah.
The 10.
I was most impressed with him. I mean, I honestly believe that he, out of the bunch, probably has the highest ceiling, at least from my uneducated point of view on Benfica.
He's good.
Watching him was a lot of fun during those knockout rounds.
For how big he is, he's got excellent feet. And I see people saying, because how big Sherendur is, go to the 6, go to the 6. No. He's got great feet, but he's a great cam. He's a great cam, and he make great decision making, and he uses his height for the benefit of the team. So, and the other midfielder is Paul Bernard. Paul Bernard at Benfica. He was more with the first team, so that's why he wasn't involved. But no, he didn't have the age. But Paul Bernard is another player at Seychelles that is one to watch midfielder that can have next season a burst with Roger Schmidt. Martinet, Paul Bernard. Those are the two midfielders in that position that I believe can go bold. But Martino tá aqui, mas he'll be there. He'll be in this list in the future, hopefully. But just Miretti. I just want to shout out Miretti too. Juve midfielder, okay? This kid might play next season. He's played a couple of games late in the season for Juventus first team. And I got to say, I was surprised with his quality of pass, man. Miretti is an excellent passer. And yeah, I expect to see more of him. And yes, he is here in the golden boy list of midfielders. And I got to shout him out.
Yeah, well, he was probably the brightest spot of that Italy U19 Euro squad that, unfortunately, I wasn't watching the game. I watched the England game. England made it to the U19 Euro final. And then it was Italy versus Israel in the the other semifinal. Wait. Oh, right. I'm sorry. Italy versus England. Right. I'm sorry. And France versus Israel. And shout out to Israel.
Huge upset, 2-1. Which, yeah, that was great to see. That was great to see.
Yeah, but Fabio Moretti was probably the brightest spot in that England game. He was the brightest spot for that U19 Euro squad. And I absolutely agree with you. I absolutely agree that he can play pretty much any role in that midfield. Whether it's playmaker, more of a regista, he is has an interesting shot to maybe be more of a rotational player this coming season. And if they've got Pogba, McKennie, Rabiot's probably going, right? They've got probably the room to give him a little more space, and I really hope they do.
And quick shouts to at striker, because striker is a position in today's game. It seems that there's a lot of lack, and social media has an effect with confidence, and that's why strikers, we see less of them. And so with the Golden Boy list, we got a couple here, and you picked Karim Adeyemi. I picked Holzack here in the kind of rotation type. I could have picked two, and if I went in the past, not going fast, I would have picked Šeško. Okay, Benjamin Šeško, Red Bull Salzburg, just like Rocco we mentioned. Šeško can go bold, okay, and maybe he'll go bold next season with Salzburg. Brian Broby at Ajax. He leaves Haller. Haller leaves Ajax because of Brian Broby with excellent form late season that I was surprised to see him returning at Ajax, but I like it. I like to see him going bold at where he grew up and developed. So that was surprising and wonderful to see. And another player I want to shout out because two players, sorry. One going to move out of Dortmund because we mentioned Haller and Adeyemi coming in. Youssoufa Moukoko, okay, here in the Golden Boy list for a reason. Not lack of game time, but he manages to show the quality still, and he's definitely going to move out of Dortmund to get that playing time that he deserves. And the last one, you're going to like it, and it's a player that's underrated in the youngsters at striker, but he should be in the Golden Boy list, and he is. It's Mohamed Ali Cho from Angers, okay, at striker, and yeah, I got to shout him out because he's big boy putting big numbers, and I believe he will be a player just like Ugu Ekitike that is on the list too, was snatched from Newcastle. Mohamed Ali Cho is the next one in Liga to be snapped at striker in my position.
Well,
so
I think he already was. Not to burst your bubble here, sir, but I believe he just signed for Real Sociedad.
Oh my days.
So I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means for Alexander Isak's future, or if they're going to coexist and act as kind of a protege type situation. But Mohamed Ali Cho has. I think, what
was this?
Yeah. And I think he started. I think
great player.
I think he's been starting in League One or been playing in League One since he was 16 for Angers. So he's getting bigger and bigger, and I think the move to La Liga hopefully doesn't break him. I think he's only going to get bigger from here. But there's just so many of these French strikers that, like, you mentioned Ekitike, but we didn't even mention Jorginho Rutter, who played pretty damn well in the Bundesliga this past season. We haven't mentioned Eli Wahi, who plays for Montpellier. We haven't mentioned Gianni Santiste, or I think is there another one in there? Oh, Callum Wendo, who is a PSG player that scored. Callum Wendo, 12 to 13 goals for Lyon. That's right.
Exactly. I was like, what? The PSG? Oh, yeah. Callum Wendo. Esposito, too. I like him. Esposito, he's going to leave, right? He'll leave.
He's in Belgium this year. He'll be in Belgium on loan this year. I think he just signed with Anderlecht.
Makes sense. And a winger, and now wingers, just so we're shouting out strikers now. Shout out to wingers that here in the Golden Boy list. Noni Madueke, which great winger at PSV, English winger. Jeremy Pino, which for me is one of the best out of this bunch, okay? For Villarreal, first team player, putting numbers, going to play for Spain probably, or just be a super sub in the World Cup maybe. We can see that happen. Chico Sessao, Idiag Moreira. Quick, I gotta say those two. And Nico Williams for me, a player here that I do see him much better than the rest. And Nico Williams for me is a player one to watch. And is he going to play for Ghana in the World Cup?
I think for Nico Williams, I don't know. I'm less convinced that Inaki Williams and Nico Williams are going to do that. But there's, I suppose there's always the possibility if you've got all the other guys coming in, you might as well sign up. And man, Ghana might get that shot in the arm heading in, or it might just disrupt their chemistry and they might play like crap. Who knows? But hey, I can't stop there though, because from the winger perspective, you obviously mentioned Jeremy Pino, and we forget, like, Pedri came from Las Palmas, right? Jeremy Pino also had 3 or 4 years of his development at Las Palmas. So I don't know what's going on at Las Palmas, but they do know how to give the youngsters some chances. Because Jeremy Pino has now gone to a Champions League semifinal. He's won the Europa League. He has scored a bunch of goals. I think he had 4 goals in one game at one point. He has 4 caps for the Spanish national team, and he's only 19 years old. And we don't talk to him. We don't talk much about him because he's not Real Madrid or he's not Barcelona.
But
you know,
underrated.
So
underrated.
Very underrated.
Gonna get a move. I could see Liverpool getting him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's the type of player Liverpool gets him every everybody speaks about him for you, like Sadio Mane.
Yeah. And you also mentioned Noni Madueke, right? Who had a little bit of injuries last year for PSV, but really, like, when he's on, he's effective, and he has got the Eredivisie figured out, right? Why? You were talking about the Ajax tax that they're putting on for Manchester United coming in, right? And then they're selling Haller for 33 million after one of the best seasons he's ever had, or the best season he's ever had. Why wouldn't a Premier League team, and I think there are a couple sniffing around Noni Madueke, but why wouldn't you be looking at Noni? Because I don't think Noni's going to command the 80 million that is currently being commanded for an Antony. Why wouldn't you go for somebody like a Noni Madueke who would probably be, I don't know, what, 20 to 30 million? Maybe?
Well, I'd say 20. Not even 30.
Yeah.
I'd get Gakpo, though. But Noni Madueke.
A little older.
But maybe English, because English illegible. He can just, like, it's better for the English.
He's English.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah,
for registration. English. It's true. It's a much better.
I get that there was a hiccup. I get that there was an injury hiccup this past season, but he's full of flair. Madueke, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, I think he was originally in Tottenham's academy.
Yes, Tottenham Academy. Okay. Yes. Marcus Edwards, Noni Madueke, interesting wingers that are not being used wisely by Tottenham, and they're being sold out. And Tottenham Academy, some interesting players. But now wingers, just so I don't forget to shout out these two players. Amad Diallo, we can wait and see something special to happen with Erik ten Hag. And the other player I for sure expect something special at Dortmund is Jaden Braff, that moved to Dortmund, from Man City. We know what happened with the last player that went. No, without the last player. That was Jamie Bino Gittins, right? And the other one, Sancho. So hopefully these two players follow the footsteps of Jadon Sancho, these two youngsters. That I fully can see happen. I do have to say here, though, like, nothing against Jaden Braff, because his potential is enormous. And I hope, I have a feeling Dortmund's going to do good by him. But ultimately, like, why is he on this list? He didn't even play last season. Again, nothing against his potential, but, like, there are plenty of other. No. I mean, yes, but no. He barely even exactly. He didn't play last year due to injuries that I know of, and now I'm getting all like worked up about this because you have guys that are missing on this team. You have guys that are missing on this list that 100% probably deserve it. And of course, I'm looking now at wingers, and I can't think of any wingers. But anyway, long story short, I think Braff. It's a good move to Dortmund. I think that they'll be able to give him the attention he needs. And there's no doubt that he's immensely talented. Manchester City thought so. And then they just couldn't keep him. But that's the thing, right? Manchester City, they've figured out that, hey, we have to start doing the Chelsea thing where we just sell off the players that are superfluous, that we're not going to use. And, man, you've got guys that are probably going to be on the list next year if they land at the right clubs. You've got, Darko Giabi, right? You've got potentially heading to Leeds. You've got, help me out here, CJ Egan-Riley. Where's he headed to? Brentford? Burnley.
I think
Burnley. Company wanted him on loan. Yeah.
Company.
It's a great shout.
Love it.
And with the Golden Boy, just keeping on here. What's your team? So we can compare both teams. And without the keeper. This is Golden Boy. Oh, you want to do the keeper? Let's do the keeper.
You gotta mention the keeper. This guy, come on. I got the pick. I'm gonna pick him. I'll pick Martin van de Voort of Kersey Genk. I feel like this kid has been their starting goalkeeper for like 5 years now. I also feel like he's been under the age of 20 for the last 10 years. But hey, he's done what he needs to do to keep the job. He's shown, pretty good potential. I think there are better young keepers out there, but he is, I believe, the only one on this list. And just not to pick for you, but if you want to take Gavin Bazunu, even though he's 2001 born, go ahead. If you want to take Dogan Alemdar, he's 19 years old. He started 12 games for Stade Rennais last year, had 4 clean sheets. And he was, it only cost 4 million euros. That's probably who I would pick for you. But ultimately, hey, the goalkeepers, I guess there aren't many good 2002 and younger goalkeepers that actually started to make their way into everyday playing time. So anyway, I pick Van de Voort. I've got my full 11. You pick who?
Well, I'll go Gavin Bazunu, so just a quick hack. I know it doesn't work out, but Gavin Bazunu here with my Irish heritages, and I think he's going to work out for Southampton with that. It's going to not be a steal, but 14 million is deserved, and yeah, great player for Southampton, and next season, a lot of people will put him in those fantasy teams because he might be at a good price. So Gavin Bazunu, and I just want to say, my 11 here with the Golden Boy 2022 draft. My 11 here because I had to pick these players because Bretson was just picking the better ones. So here with my pick here with the goalkeeper Bazunu. No, I'm not going to pick. So FC Wonderkid Golden Boy 2022 draft here with the right side, Divine Wrench, Tanguy Nianzou, and Zabarni at center back duo. Left back, Noon Minch. Then my 3 in midfield is I went bold with Camavinga, Jude Bellingham, and Jamal Musiala. I love the balance of these 3 players. Camavinga and Jude going bold. And the front trio, I like a bit of rotation and no fixed striker, but my front trio is Ansu Fati, Adam Holzack, and Jeremy Doku. I fully believe that these 3 players will put up the numbers next season and go bold. Fati, please, just get over injuries, man. So, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, I gotta say, your midfield looks almost unbeatable. I agree with I agree with the balance in that midfield, and it's pretty nice. So I'm looking at mine, and mine is very attack heavy. So I'm hoping my upper hand in the center backs is going to be able to win this. But let's see. All right. My goalkeeper is Martin Van de Voort. My left back is Aaron Hickey. My center backs are Josko Gvardiol and Piero Hincapié. My right back is Jan Kuto. Okay. My midfield here is Gavi, Pedri, and in front of them, Gio Reyna. Okay. And my front 3 is on the left, Nikola Zalewski. At striker, I've got Karim Adeyemi. And on the right, I've got Harvey Elliott. And once again, I am hoping that the injury bug.
Man. You went bold. Zalewski left wing back. You went bold, my friend. You went bold. I like the teams though. I gotta say, but you reckon your team beats mine?
Oh, I don't know. I think defense wins out here, but
But I got Nunmins and Zabarni.
You do.
At the left, my left side is lethal, man. Fati, Nunmij.
Yep.
So people put down below, who do you think would win in these 2 teams? Who should we have picked ahead of our picks, man? Because now it's time to know what are your thoughts. And if you enjoyed the draft, do not forget to like the live here and go bold with it. And do you have any last shots you want to do, Bretton?
Well, I think that this list is pretty all-encompassing. But when it comes down to it, man, I mean, there are so many names in here that we didn't even talk about that you have to watch for this coming season. With Aurelien Chouameni leaving AS Monaco, I think it opens up the door for you got Yusuf Fofana in that midfield, but you have Elliot Matazo, who we barely mentioned here, that I think he started to rotate in there. I think Belgian, I think he's going to have a very, very good season. Staying with some other D-mids, you have Aster Vranks, who we were talking in our interview. If you haven't checked it out, check out an interview with Kevin Paredes at VFL Wolfsburg. One of his best buddies in the Wolfsburg team is another Belgian player that has to be watched out for, and that's Aster Vranks. He was starting to come into his own near the end of the season for Wolfsburg as they staved off relegation. I think he's going to be huge for them, especially now that they've got who's the boss again? Oh, right. The guy that, Nico Kovac, who won with Bayern, and has done pretty well, or did okay with AS Monaco. I think he's going to do wonders with Franks. He's just brought in Jacob Kaminski, who's also on this list for 10 million euros. So Wolfsburg, we are going to be watching a whole lot. So Matazo, Vranks, and then the only other one that we did not necessarily mention, because he kind of fell by the wayside. Why he's in here, I don't know. But he made, for Udinese, he made his debut last year as a 16-year-old. Okay? I'm a small guy. All right, Alex, when you see me in person for the first time, you'll be like, hey, you're short. Okay? This kid, Simone Pafundi, right, who plays for Udinese, who's on this list, 16 years old. He was born in 2006. He made his Serie A debut last year at the end of the season. He's a tiny guy. He's 5'4", 5'5", but he is supposed to be a wizard. And I want to watch and see more of him this upcoming season. So I wanted to make sure we mentioned them because, I don't know, I feel like we've mentioned like all 100 on the list, but it was snuck by the wayside. Any other mentions for you, or are you good?
I'm good. I feel like we could at least say who we think is the best for each position, right? In the Golden Boy. Sure. I think we can do it fast. So here in the Golden Boy 100 list, at the left backs, I feel like the best is Nuno Mendes, right? Nuno Mendes, best left back in the Golden Boy 100?
Yeah, I'd agree.
Center backs.
I'd agree.
Gvardiol and Hinkepie, the best, right?
Yeah, Gvardiol and Hinkepie, who both happen to be on my team. Yep.
Bundesliga, elite duo, man. Gvardiol. So right backs, who do you think is the best one? Divine Wrench?
Jan
Kuto, you did pick Jan Kuto. It is true. Jan Kuto? Okay.
No, I think you get you get ahead on this one. Divine Wrench already has a Dutch cap to his name. He can play all across the back line, much like Jurrien Timber. Versatility, man. You know me. If I should have picked him, I didn't pick him. It's a mistake. Divine Wrench is the better right back.
And the other right back we just mentioned for the best, Malo Gusto, too, people. Remember the name here in the Golden Boy list. Now, midfielders, the best midfielders in the Golden Boy list. Camavinga, Jude Bellingham, Jamal Musiala, Gavi, and who am I missing?
Did you say Pedri?
Yes. Susic. Susic, I think he's top tier too. Will play for Croatian national team soon. Gravenberch, yes, obviously. Gravenberch.
Yeah, I think there's a tier that you already mentioned, and those guys are like all the favorites. And then the next tier that I think are going to improve their case for next year's Golden Boy is below that, and that is definitely led by Luka Susic. I think you probably got to have Gio Reyna in there unless you want to put him in as a winger. Fabio Carvalho, although let's see how he adjusts to the Premier League. Yunus Musa is starting at Valencia. I don't see why we don't put him in there. Another name to mention, Fabian Rieder, okay? Swiss player, midfielder, has impressed in the Champions League with young boys, probably due for a big move moving forward. But Fabian Rieder is another guy there, but I think really the only ones that you mentioned, Musa, Susic, maybe Kozlowski. I don't know.
Yeah, I like Kozlowski. He can, if he come back from the injury bold, like, I believe in that. And now, in the front trio, I'd say Fati, if Fati is in form. Adeyemi is another player here in the Golden Boy list. Gotta be mentioned. Yeah. Doku, in my opinion, not the best of seasons, but Doku goes bold. And Harvey Elliott, of course. Yes, that one too. And who am I missing? Diego Moreira.
Diego Moreira.
Goes bold, man. I believe in you, man. Go bold.
I mean, there is a name that you and I have not even mentioned once.
Who?
Anthony Elanga.
I did.
Oh, you did mention? Okay.
Diallo and Elanga. Yeah.
I wasn't even listening to you. So there you go. No, I mean, there's a couple other names in here that I really, really enjoy. But I don't really understand why they're on. Like Filip Stevanovic, when he made his move.
Like it.
And that he was on loan at here in Wien, but he lost a spot. He barely played near the end of the season. So my guess is he likely is going to move back to Serbia at some point, or he's due for another loan move. So hopefully he recharges and has a great 2022-2023 season. Jaden Braff, we already mentioned, but the other one that I think needs more playing time desperately, and tell me if I'm wrong here, it's got to be Joelson, right?
Oh, Joelson, yes. I was surprised to see, not in terms of quality, but surprised to see him ahead, of a lot of names. And yes, he is in the Golden Boy 100, which at Basel, it didn't work out too well. Yes, you're right, Pretzel. No. You are right about that. But Diego Moreira is ahead. Diego Moreira.
Well, I can't wait to see it because, Diego Moreira, he made me a convert watching him in the Youth League, watching him in the U17, U19 Euros. What was that we were just watching? Whatever it was, we were watching U21 Euros. But Moreira, I want to see these guys, these Benfica guys, start to really stake their claim to a Benfica place. And if you like Moreira, then I like Moreira too. But in the striker position, a guy that we have not mentioned that actually should take on more responsibility this year for Leeds United is going to be Joe Gelhardt, who if you can't enjoy the mighty might, right? This kid is a bulldog. He will chase you. He's like the Jack Russell Terrier, not really a bulldog. A Jack Russell Terrier. He's fast. He's yippy. He scored a big goal for Leeds United as they staved off relegation. I think he is going to flourish under Jesse Marsch. And I think Leeds United, we'll see what they do with the Rafinha money if and when it comes. But Joe Gelhardt is definitely one you got to watch. But I think we hit the list. I mean, on all these other ones. Sesko, we know. I mean, I think if you had to put money on somebody scoring 20 goals next year for Red Bull Salzburg, it's going to be Benjamin Sesko. So
and Rocco. I put it for Rocco too, man. I gotta believe, man. Double digits for both, man. And gotta believe. But yes, people, if you want to see more drafts, Golden Boy in this case, just like this, do not forget to like this video on YouTube and subscribe to FC Wonderkid to see more videos with me and Bretson, man. I sure enjoyed doing this draft, man. This is good.
If anyone has more ideas like this, we just wanted to get things rolling, and we'll be here on YouTube. But check out the videos. Check us out on TikTok. Check us out on Twitter and all that fun stuff. But really appreciate y'all tuning in. And hey, Alex, let's do this more often.
Yes, and thank you, people, for going bold, community. See ya.